Welcome everybody to Sim Race TV. I'm Jay Weezy. I'm in the SRTV Network booth. These guys are gridding up, so we're gonna go through the starting grid. Before we do that, let you know who's up in here with me. Me and Dustin German is in the booth tonight. We'll take a look at our starting lineup here. Chris Garrett starting on the pole with John Wimbish to his outside. Second row is Chris Stump and Tommy Haynes. Third row is gonna be Garrett Robinson and Troy Radford. Fourth row, Chris Berg and JJ Garrett. Fifth row is going to be Bruce Potter and Dustin Phillips, Kyle Gilbert, AJ Rogers, Stephen Page, Evander Holyfield, Charlie Widner, Ray Radford. We got a lot of people here. Keith Dunn and Dustin Ping, Butch Frazier, Trey Hoovler rounds out the field as we get here just in time to go green.
Yeah, looks like Chris gets a real good start up here. He's showing the way right now.
Oh, we got some contact. Bruce Potter and the 59 machine, the number 2, get together. It's Dustin Phillips. But we're staying green here as we watch a battle heat up for that number 3 spot there. That's Chris Stump, your points leader, trying to take home a championship. Actually, it's for 4th between Tommy Haynes and Garrett Robinson. Tommy Haynes looking good here tonight at Homestead. He starts up towards the front. But let's talk about the point standings real quick. Tonight's a championship race here for these guys, and Chris Stump comes into the points. You see it right there. He's got a nice little lead. So he shouldn't have no problem coming away with the championship here at Homestead. Looks like they went single file. They're single file up front now. And we're under caution. Huh. Not sure why we're under caution, but we will try to find out here what happened. See, Bruce got in the wall a little bit there, but no reason for caution. So I'm not really sure why we're under caution right now. Let's go back live and see what's going on here. We're not under caution. All right, my bad.
Yeah, by the time he said that, I seen some action in the back about mid-pack. Some guy got up into the wall up in turn 3. I didn't see him hit anybody else.
Yeah, it was Bruce Potter in the 59, but yeah, for some reason the caution flag came out over here, but it's fixed now. Looks like Chris Garrett, he's fast tonight in that 76 as he swerves down to the bottom and to the inside here of Chris Stump, trying to move in for that number 2 position there. The 12 of John Wimbish, your race leader right now. As they go door to door, coming off of 2 as they drag race down the backstretch. Chris Stump still a little bit out front there of Chris Garrett, and Tommy Haynes there in the 17, trying to hold off Garrett Robinson in that 20 as Chris Garrett goes back side by side with Chris Stump here. Well, they are not taking it easy as they still battle. Chris Stump all the way up next to the wall there, giving the 76 of Garrett plenty of room. Looks like Tommy Haynes is going to try to make his way past Chris Stump. The 20 of Garrett Robinson trying to take that spot away as well while the door's open. They're side by side down the backstretch. Wow, they got close on entry right there, but no contact. The 98 all the way up next to the wall. Everybody else more running middle to low. John Wimbish still out front by 4/10. Tommy Haynes in third. Chris Garrett in second. Garrett Robinson and Chris Stump. It's your top five. My bad on that.
Looks like Tommy might have something for old Wimbish up there. He's making a pass for second right now.
Yeah, Tommy Haynes, man, he's really quick here at Homestead. He's got something figured out, especially in the tire department. Seems to really know how to manage those tires here at Homestead. We ran a few laps here earlier this week just to get a little bit of practice in. And yeah, the 17, it was strong.
Yeah, Chris didn't want to give it up to him there. He's been fighting pretty hard early in this race, but I don't blame him, man. Trying to get that last win in of the season.
Yeah, John Wimbish stretched it out to a half-second lead there. Tommy Haynes trying to run him down. Chris Garrett running strong in third. And Garrett Robinson, that number 20 machine, he's currently in fourth position. And Chris Stump, your points leader, rounds out the top five right now.
Chris got up in that high groove a couple laps ago, and it like it just wouldn't go anywhere right there. So like he settled back in and make another run at it. Pretty good weather here for driving conditions. 84 track temp, so that's pretty good.
So they should have some grip out there. Let's take a look at the track information tonight here. Winds out of the south at 7. Temperatures 82 degrees, 84 degrees track, like you said. A little bit of overcast too to help keep that track from heating up, but it can't control the winds. The wind's going to change. It just changed directions. It was coming out of the south at 7. Now it's southwest at 10. So a little bit of moving around there. And that could affect the car, how it enters the corner or exit, or give you a little extra speed down the front stretch or the back stretch. So the wind does play a role in these situations.
Yeah, that wind will throw you sometimes if you ain't really paying attention to it. You're like, man, I'm pushing a little bit more there. I was carrying a little bit more speed down the straightaway. And yeah, it really affects the car quite a bit. It looks like Tommy. Go ahead.
I was going to say, great start to this race here. Still green as we're on lap 17 of 133 here tonight, the championship race. And a lot of fast cars out there tonight. 21 cars pulled up here to the track tonight. Currently 20 cars on the track. One car out right now, scored 16 laps down. That's the 90 of Trey Hugler.
Yeah, it looks like John and Tommy's really stretched it out on third place here. They've got something going on up there.
Yeah, John Wimbish is starting to get a bigger spot in his mirror. Tommy Haynes narrowed it down to 2.5 tenths here. He was about a half a second back, so he's closed that gap ever so slightly as he pulls up closer and closer to the back end of that 12 machine. John Wimbish has led 13 laps here so far. Not sure how long that'll last. The 17 car looking strong right now.
Yeah, I think Tommy's just sizing him up, you know, and kind of see what he can do and get by him pretty quick. I think John ain't gonna let him by too easy though. He wants to sit out front and get all the TV time he can.
It's still early, and you know, talking about that number 12 machine, he's running a special paint job tonight. The J2 Mayfield, you know, they're trying to get Jeremy Mayfield reinstated here, so hashtag take it back there on the rear quarter panel. So there's a link in the description of this video if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. It's not on Twitch, so if you're watching on Twitch, you have to find us on Facebook or YouTube. But sign the petition, man. Get Jeremy Mayfield reinstated. That's part of this race tonight. It's actually the name of this race here. So it's the J2 Mayfield hashtag take it back race here. Championship night for the USRL, the United Southern Racing League Voice Attack Grand National Series here is the 17 looking to take it to the inside here of John Wimbish, the number 12. We might have a pass here for the lead.
Yeah, it looks like Tommy's trying to take it back as far as the lead goes, like he was from the last race we were at IRP. He's the big winner the last race we had 2 weeks ago, so looking to make it 2 in a row here.
Yeah, we'll see if he can make it 2 in a row. Like I said, man, that 17 car running strong in practice, so he's definitely got a shot at this one. And these two guys here are teammates, so I'm not sure, you know, how aggressive they'll be with each other or how much fighting, you know, they'll do for that number 1 spot. But hey, man, when it comes to that number 1 spot, it doesn't matter if you're teammates or not sometimes.
Yeah, win's a win, man. You want to try to win as many as you can. I know, at least I do.
Everybody loves winning. Hashtag winning.
Everybody loves winning, but not everybody loves a winner.
Yeah, sometimes you don't want to win too much, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Get a target on your back that way, but hey, man, I'm gonna win every one I can win. You can believe that. We got a battle here for third as Tommy Haynes pulls up on the back end of the 12. Let's take a look at this battle. Garrett Robinson, he was looking to the inside of Chris Garrett there for a second as they went side by side through 3 and 4. Couldn't get that done there on the inside as the high side prevails on that one. Let's go back up front here because Tommy Haynes, he's doing what he's got to do right now. He's got John right in his crosshairs.
I'm pretty sure the viewers can see it at home, but if you look at this track, man, it's multiple grooves. You got the leaders up front. They've been really utilizing the bottom of the track, and the guys behind them have been running up high, so really good track for racing.
Yeah, and, you know, check out, see what the track state is, but I'm pretty sure this rubber is, you know, it's going to get more rubber and more down, and it'll slicken up just a little bit. It'll widen that groove out and have more of a racing surface there, which will help make these passes possible, because I know if you get up out of that black tire groove, sometimes you just lose all that grip.
It looks like it's moderately low at 40%, so yeah, it's definitely going to take on some rubber.
Yeah, especially with 20 cars out there like we have tonight and 133 laps here at Homestead for the championship race. Right now, John Wimbish in control of this one. He's led 21 laps here so far, but Tommy Haynes looking strong here in the 17. Chris Garrett, he's running in third. He's got some pressure here from Garrett Robinson, the number 20 machine. And to round out the top 5, the 94, Troy Radford.
Yeah, a lot of good racing going on here in the top 5, top 10.
Yeah, watching this battle between Troy Rafford, Chris Berg. Look like Troy's starting to skate away just a little bit. Chris Berg in the 66, he's right behind. And we got the 98 of Chris Stump right there. Points leader, the 98. I mean, he's that voice attack number 98 might be parking this thing in victory lane, and he might walk away with the championship tonight. That'd be the ideal way to finish a season, is to, you know, come home the champion and the race winner. Let's see if we can do it, or see if he can do it.
Yeah, get all the glory, man. Don't share the spotlight with nobody.
Hey, that's right. You know, just run strong, do what you got to do. But the way this is going right now, it looks like, you know, we're going to have some green flag stops coming up here before too long.
Yeah, everybody's pretty much spread out and kind of running their own race. And there's a little racy here and there, but like we said, it's a real big, wide track, multiple grooves, so it lends itself to green flag racing.
John doing what he's got to do right now. He's holding off Tommy Haynes. I'm not sure if Tommy's pushing it as hard as he can this early still, you know, and this late in the run here, 29 laps coming to 30 on these tires. You know, they really can't push it too hard, but whoever's got the better tires will prevail here before too long. And I'm not sure about a fuel run either. They could be running about 50 laps or so before they come in. 133 lap race. I guess you'd want to come in around,
yeah, I think it's
45 or so.
It's got an estimated of 55, so it's probably around 35, 40, I'm guessing.
Yeah, if I was the crew chief, I'd say, hey, you're going to come in on lap 42. That'd be my magic number. 43, yes. 42, something like that.
That's another thing you can't really tell by watching the broadcast, but when you're that second driver in line behind the leader or whoever's in front of you, that dirty air plays a big role, especially at tracks like this. I mean, that's why you see Tommy peeking out a little bit, trying to get some fresh air on the nose. You just can't turn the car as good as you'd want to.
Yeah, they're running similar lines here. Tommy running just a little bit different. Looks like John turns in a little bit lower, a little bit sooner, and then kind of washes up just a little bit as Tommy holds that line perfect around 1 and 2 there. It looks like they're coming down pit road here, Dustin.
Yeah, 32. Oh, yeah. I thought he missed it, but yeah, he's good to go here.
Uh-oh, we got trouble.
Yeah, we got Chris Garrett. Looks like he's in the grass here.
Yeah, he hung on to it, no caution. So right now, that Garrett Robinson going to be your race leader. I guess they couldn't make it 10 more laps.
Yeah, I guess not. I knew it was going to be kind of close, 35 to 40. You said 42. I mean, they could stretch it there. They just might not have enough tire to do it. I'm not really sure.
Oh. Troy Rafford, wow. Troy Rafford just took the lead there from Garrett Robinson. They make a little bit of contact coming off of 2. And then looks like the 20 and the 66 of Chris Berg, they make a little bit of contact. The 66 wiggles just a little bit. Chris Berg hangs on to it there, but they're not coming in yet either. So I think we got a 3-stop versus a 2-stop going on here.
Yeah, a little bit of a strategy call there with the teammates. It looks like everybody else is on a little bit different strategy here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say I'd be on that different strategy too. I probably wouldn't have came in even if we were teammates. You know, at 1 extra stop, that's gonna cost a lot of time. But you know, the question is, can you make it up on the track?
Yeah, it's going to be hard to do in a green flag situation. Well, it's going to be fun to watch.
So John and Tommy, they were on pit road for about 40 seconds. So, you know, the question is, can you make up 40 seconds in 33 laps? That's going to be hard to do.
Yeah, that's a big task there.
So we got...
Right now, so.
We got John Wimbish, Tommy Haynes, Todd Sargent, Chris Stump, Stephen Page, Dustin Ping, Keith Dunn, and Chris Garrett, as well as Evander Holyfield, JJ Garrett. Those guys all on the same strategy. And then Troy Radford, Garrett Robinson, Chris Berg, Kyle Gilbert, Bruce Potter, Dustin Phillips, Ray Radford, AJ Rogers, Butch Frazier. They're on the same strategy. We actually have AJ Rogers on pit row right now, but we also got a battle for the lead between the 20 of Garrett Robinson and the 94 Radford. Radford gives it up pretty easy off 4. It looks like he had a little bit of trouble coming off 4 there, as he's trying to hold off Chris Berg. Chris Berg down on the bottom. He's got him clear as they come off 2. We got another driver coming in. Looks like.
And Troy's on hitting pit road right now also.
Troy Radford and Kyle Gilbert coming in. So I'm gonna have to say, if that's the case, Kyle Gilbert might have got a penalty right there for touching the grass there. It might give him an unsafe pit. I'm not for sure. You know, it could be wrong, but back to what I was saying. Hey, if these guys are still going to have to make 3 stops instead of 2, like we were thinking they were going to do, then Tommy Haynes and John Wimbish might be onto something, because they come in, you know, a lot sooner. You know, they're going to have, I'd say, 5 laps fresher tires than all these other guys that come in. I think Kyle Gilbert did not get a penalty, so good for him.
Yeah, and you seen John up before Troy and them pitted. He unlapped himself, and he was way, way faster than those guys were with the fresh tires. So it's going to play a little bit of part into it also.
Yeah, those new tires. Absolutely, absolutely. And, you know, John Wimbish also looks like he got on and off pit row a lot better than Tommy Haynes did. Let's try to take a wider look here. As you see, Tommy Haynes not even in the picture here. Tommy Haynes, look, he's coming out of 2 here. John Wimbish is going into 3, so he's got almost a whole straightaway on Tommy Haynes after pit stops.
Yeah, I'm not really sure where Tommy lost it at. There's plenty of places you can lose time, so it was probably getting into the box or getting off the pit road.
Yeah, and it's a tricky place to take green flag pit stops here at Homestead, because you must use that access road. Got that grass there. If you just barely come off of that asphalt and touch that grass, that car will just slide all the way up into the grass. You'll lose a lot of time there. So plenty of places and ways to lose time on and off of pit road here. It's almost a whole lap around.
Yeah, and that's the bad thing about the access road is it's flat. It's not banked, so there's no banking to hold the car there. It's hard to get up speed and keep it without losing control.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. John Wimbish out front by 4 seconds over Tommy Haynes right now. Todd Sargent currently in 3rd right now. Chris Stump in 4th. Stephen Page in 5th. That's your top 5 after green flag pit stops. Troy Radford right now, he's in 6th. Garrett Robinson's in 7th. Kyle Gilbert in 8th. Chris Garrett in 9th. And Chris Berg there in 10th to round out the top 10. I'm interested to see if the 17 of Tommy Haynes, that autobuynelson.com number 17, can run down John Wimbish. Right now, he's only knocked off about a 1/10 of a second, but he is closing the gap ever so slightly. But John is still out front by quite a ways.
Yeah, the last lap times they had there, John ran a 32:29 to Tommy's 32:27, so right on top of each other lap time wise. When the field spread out this much now with green flag stops, it's just going to lend itself even more to green flag racing.
All right, I apologize for that. I was trying to pull up the chat for YouTube. Does the 12 have a license? He got a license to... Well, I can't say that, can I? By the way, if you're out there watching, we definitely appreciate that. We appreciate the support. And if you have a driver that you want to get a talk in with, let us know who it is and what you want to ask them. And when we go under caution, we'll try to get them on the radio. John Wimby's doing a great job right now. He's kept it at about 3.9 seconds here for the last 13 laps. So, he's doing good out front, holding off Tommy Haynes. In third here, Todd Sargent.
We got a car around on the front straightaway in the grass, but I think he might be able to keep it straight here.
Oh, J.J. Garrett in the 73 machine. Let's go back on the replay and find out what happened to him. As he comes through 3 and 4 here. As he comes off turn number 4. Oh, contact with the outside wall sends him straight down to the bottom, plows the inside wall, spins it around, and he holds it down out of the way there. Keep the caution from coming out. Stays green here, so good job there by Jason Garrett. I'm sure he wanted to see a caution, but hey, man, sometimes you just gotta take one, you know.
Yeah, it was a good opportunity for one, but he was just outside of the racing groove. That's just how it goes on iRacing.
Let's see, Kyle Gilbert talked to the 20. He said, ask Kyle. Let me know what you want to ask him. If you want. If not, I'll say something. But yeah, we're looking at Todd Sargent right now in the number 30. We'll go back to the 58. Kyle Gilbert right now in 8th. His last lap, 32.828. John Wimbish, our race leader's last lap, was a 32.9. So a little bit faster than our leader. Maybe 0.2. And they are on a different set of tires. Kyle Gilbert, he's been out there for 12 laps. John Wimbish, he's been out there for 17, so about 5 laps more on John's tires. Kyle Gilbert got a dirty helmet there. They might have to use a tear off.
Completed lap 50 there. Race is going on by pretty fast here with no cautions.
Yeah, we're approaching halfway here very quickly, and Garrett Robinson, the number 20 right here, all over the back end of Troy Rafford, the 94. As they are drafting down the backstretch there, he's pretty much pushing him around this track here. Garrett Robinson found a lot of speed in that number 20, the Mustang. Will do, Robert.
It looks like Tommy's running a little bit better lap times than John is right now.
Garrett Robinson makes a move, tries to pull to the inside. Troy Rafford clears him on entry 1.
Yeah, that's a good race going on right there.
Coming down the backstretch, looks like Troy Rafford gonna hold on to that number 5 spot, but Garrett Robinson is stalking him.
Yeah, I've been watching these guys the last few laps. They are not holding back anything right now.
Wow, you couldn't fit a piece of paper between those cars as they come off of turn number 4 there. Oh, wow. So close. He tapped him on there. Said, come on, let's go. Nice little battle going on here for the 5th spot. Troy Rafford somehow staying in front of Garrett Robinson. Not sure how he's doing it because the 20 has found something and he looks really fast right now.
He keeps getting right under the back bumper of Troy, man. That's like you said, you couldn't fit a piece of paper in between them.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're using the draft or he's just stalking Troy Rafford, but I know the feeling of having somebody, you know, all over you like that. It kind of makes you nervous a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of times if I'm in that situation, I just let them get on by me, and unless it's coming down to the wire there. But
there he goes. He makes a move to the inside of Troy Rafford. He's going to drag race him down the front stretch to the start-finish line, pretty much identical. Troy Rafford just a little bit ahead of him there, so Troy holds on to that 5th spot. Let's see if the 20 can make it happen on the bottom here. Troy not going to let him have it easy here. Little contact. They go around down into the grass. The 94 spins around the 20, managed to hang on to it as he goes through 3 and 4 out by the wall. Got a little bit of damage now on the front of that machine.
Yeah, those guys wasn't messing around. They was really racing there.
That was a race for sure, and a little bit of contact as well.
I didn't expect that this early, but man, this is the last race. You gotta do what you gotta do, I guess.
Yeah, Troy Rafford on pit road in the 94 machine right now. Kyle Gilbert, we're looking at the 58. Him in the 66. Chris Berg, they're fighting for the number 6 spot right now. The 66 holding on to that spot, trying to hold off Kyle Gilbert. Up front, John Wimbish still out front by 2.8 seconds, so nothing special going on right there. John Wimbish continuing to lead laps here as he gets set to come down pit road here in the next 5 laps, I would say. Say ran about 33 laps on that first run, and that would mean, you know, 66 or so.
Yeah, that's why I was calculating around 64 to lap 66 there. This race is really stretched out here.
Yeah, I think John and Tommy might be on to something, you know, with that pit strategy. So we're going to have to find out if it's going to work out for them. Right now, Chris Stump, the 98, he is just a little bit in front of Garrett Robinson in the 20. Garrett trying to run him down and take over that number 4 spot. The 98 looking to walk away with a championship here for the 2018 Voice Attack Grand National Series for the United Southern Racing League.
And John's getting into a little bit of lap traffic here.
Even with a little bit of damage, the 20 still got speed as he's looking to move on the 98, and he clears him off too. Takes away that number 4 spot. Actually, Garrett Robinson in 3rd now, the number 20.
Yeah, he might have just felt like he had a little bit more speed than Troy, and they should have let him by. You know, he just gave him the bumper there.
Well, see, they were coming up on a lap car, and Troy had to swerve to go around the lap car, and Garrett wasn't ready for that. You know, so I mean, I don't really point fingers at nobody on that one, but yeah, they did get together. And yeah, maybe the 20 was a little bit faster, but hey, it's racing. You know, you can't just pull over and let him go. The 20 had put the pressure on him. He let him know he was there. Heck, he even knocked on the door a couple times.
He knocked it down that last time.
He kicked it in. Yeah, 94 Troy Rafford scored in 18th right now. He's 2 laps down, but he is back out on the track.
We should see John peel off here, and he left, thinking.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on our leaders as they get set to come down pit row here anytime. It's like the 12 of John Wimbish coming up on the back end of the 59 of Bruce Potter. Bruce trying to stay on the lead lap. Bruce being scored in 13th right now. So 14th on back is 1 lap down. Dustin Phillips, Todd Sargent, Ray Rafford, Butch Frazier, Troy Rafford. They are 1 or more laps down. Dustin Ping, JJ Garrett, and Trey Hoovler behind the wall. Here he comes.
And Tommy's right behind him here.
All right, leader on pit road. Tommy Haynes coming in with him.
See if Tommy can gain any spots or any time on pit road this time. I don't think he's going to be able to do it, but.
All right, we got somebody else coming down pit row here. Looks like Evander Holyfield's on pit row. Our leader right now, the 98 of Chris Stump. Garrett Robinson on pit row. Keith Dunn on pit row as well.
Leader Chris is hitting pit road also.
That's going to hand it over to Chris Bird. So he's going to lead him a lap here.
There's probably a lot of guys out here that love to see a caution to kind of get back on the same, you know, strategy here as far as, you know, tires and everything, but man, it's looking like it might stay green for quite a while.
Yeah, you know, and to counter that, there's also a couple that probably don't want to see a caution as well. So right now, the 66, he led 1 lap so far, make it 2. The 17 of Tommy Haynes just came off pit row as he goes flying by the 66. Top 5 right now: Chris Bird, Chris Garrett, AJ Rogers, Charlie Widner, and Kyle Gilbert.
Todd Sargent showing in 11th place right now, actually 9th behind John, so he's actually closed the gap on John there. Really sure, I don't know if he's pitted or not. I'm thinking he has.
Todd Sargent been out for 8 laps.
Okay, yeah. And he's got in between him and Tommy, so it's going to be interesting here.
John Wimbish flies by the 2 of Dustin Phillips. Dustin, he's been out for 32 laps. So all these cars, John's behind right now, which John's currently scored in 6th. They've all been out there for about 30 laps or so. Chris Garrett's on pit road now in the 76. As well as AJ Rogers. Pole sitter down there getting 4 fresh tires, some of that racing fuel. Chris Berg 16 seconds out front there. Charlie Whitner in 2nd, John Wimbish up to 3rd. Take a look at Charlie Whitner here, the number 5. He's got the 63 machine of Evander Holyfield. Evander a lap down there. Charlie's actually been out there the longest. He's been out for 39 laps. And I'm curious to see, or curious to know if they can even make it 43 laps. No, I guess not. The 5, Charlie, coming in after 40 laps. So I guess you can't make it to the 43 lap mark, which is why they had to make 3 stops instead of 2. And, you know, 3 stops here at Homestead, not an easy thing to do. Oh, 76 was sideways on pit road when the 5 of Charlie Whitner come in. And that's going to give Charlie some damage there on his right front and slow him down. It's going to knock a little bit of time on his pit stop there. So I think they're teammates too. So not a good day for that team. That would be
Chris Berg hitting pit road now. It's going to give the lead back to John.
Yeah, Chris Berg ran 37 laps before he came down pit row. So John Wimbish right now, he's being scored in 2nd. When he comes across that start-finish line, he'll be the race leader here one more time. Tommy Haynes back in 4th. I believe he's 2.6 seconds back, 2.5 seconds back. You see out the back of John Wimbish's car, I mean, nobody there. But he's got some of them in front of him.
Yeah, that's one guy that does not want to see a caution. Is John. Is, you know, his race to lose at this moment. You know, at this point in the race. So.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. He's running strong right now. Take a look at our top 5 as they run. John Wimbish, your leader. Todd Sargent is 2nd. Tommy Haynes 3rd. Garrett Robinson in 4th. Chris Stump, he rounds out the top 5.
Todd did it, but he snuck in there between Tommy and John there. I've been noticing him all night, though. He's had a pretty strong car.
You know, and I'd say a lot of that's got to be from pit row, you know, getting on and off pit row. It seems like an eternity when you're riding around, you know, the bottom coming into pit row, and it's the same way coming out of pit row, you know, all the way around the bottom on that access road.
Yeah, that's the thing about this track, like you were saying with the access road in and out of pit road, it lends itself to make a lot of mistakes. It's real easy to make a lot of mistakes here. Yeah, Tommy's starting to catch Todd here. It's going to be a pretty fun little battle we get to watch here.
It's closing pretty quick here onto the back end of that 30 machine. 5 lap different on their tires. Todd Sargent got 20 laps on them tires, and Tommy Haynes 15.
Yeah, it might not seem like a lot, but believe me, it makes a big difference here.
He's diving to the inside here as they come through the turn. Couldn't quite clear him there. He's gonna have him here on entry of the turn here. It's turn 1 and 2 here.
Oh, there it is.
Caution is out. Garrett Robinson, I believe.
Wow, 83 lap run there. That was impressive.
Yeah, let's go back on the replay. Let's find out what happened. Watch the 20 machine here. Oh, the 95. He just sends it in there. Ray Radford taps the 20 of Garrett Robinson. Garrett hangs on to it, but he does loop it around. A lot of cars make it by safely. That will cause a lot of damage there to the 20 machine of Garrett. And also bring out the caution to rack these cars back up. Looks like we're going to have about 49 laps to go. I don't think they can make it on fuel, so might have a pit stop coming up here in this next run when we go back green. Caution is out. Send in your questions.
Yeah, I bet Tommy's ecstatic right now. I don't think John shares that with him too much.
It's showing. Yeah, it's showing Stephen Page, the race leader right now. The 1 car, but he's been out there for 16 laps. So he stayed out. Yeah. He's gonna come in this time. That's gonna turn it over to John Wimbish, which has been strong all night. He's been out front. And Chris Stump coming in 7th right now. So let's get see if we can find Chris on the radio. He's the points leader coming into the night, and might be pulling home, might be bringing a championship trophy home with him.
Yeah, he's definitely looked good to wrap this title up here at Homestead. He's had a good season, man. Been real patient, been real, methodical. Gonna pay off for him, I believe, tonight.
Chris Stumps, Jay Weezy, got a copy?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, man, I tell you what, coming into the night with a 40-something point lead as your points leader, I mean, I'm pretty sure you got this thing locked up tonight, but you got a fast car too, man. Wouldn't nothing be sweeter than bringing home the win and the championship here. What's your chances on that?
Probably slim to none now. I got a black flag for passing under yellow, which I'm not quite sure because I was tucked in behind Todd pulling in the pits there, and I think I have to serve this on the green. So we'll see how this pans out.
Yeah, that's not good considering, you know, the long green flag runs here. You know, maybe if you can get it done and get the caution back out, we can rack them back up and do it again, man. I hate to hear that for you. Hopefully you can get the admins to work with you. This is a tricky place here for pits. How hard is it getting on and off pit row under green?
It's pretty tough. You try to run as much rear brake as possible here. So, oh, I just got disqualified. All right, I guess I'll keep talking. You know, you run as much rear brake as possible, and you know, you're downshifting through the gears and stuff, and trying to not get sideways and stuff. But you know, like I said, this is kind of how it is what it is at this point right now. I think I'm DQ'd.
Hey, well, I'm not gonna hold you up here, man. I'm gonna push you back down in there. Hopefully you can get that thing taken care of, man. Good luck tonight, and we'll talk to you in a little bit.
All right, thanks, guys.
Oh, I hate to hear that for our points leader, man. If he got a black flag and disqualified, he might have some trouble here. As they get set to go back green, the 98 pulling on the pit row here, take care of that penalty. Man, that's tough break for Chris Stump.
Yes, that's unfortunate.
All right, green flag's out. We're back racing here. And they are 3 wide here. A little bit further back. The 59 of Bruce Potter pulls away from him and leaves Stephen Page side by side with the 66 of Chris Berg. Looks like the one of Stephen Page is coming in pit row too, so he may have got a penalty as well. Back up front, John Wimbish and Tommy Haynes fighting for that number 1 spot. Tommy Haynes to the inside. The 12 of John Wimbish up on the high side. Tommy backs out of it.
Yeah, I think Tommy's going to give it all he has this time. He's seen what happened last time. John stayed up front, had that clean air, and he walked away.
Yeah, you know, and if he knows that if he lets John stay out there too long, you know, he might not be able to get around him. So the time to make a move may be now while he's got those fresh tires, as he is all over the back end of John Wimbish right now as they head off into 1.
Yeah, these other guys behind him, man, Todd Sargent, Kyle Gilbert, they got the same thing in their mind. This is also going to set it up for an interesting finish here. They can't make it to the end on gas, so it's going to be interesting to see how they split this last run up. Yeah, they might can make it. I don't know. It's going to be close, man. I don't know if they'll be able to make it or not. What you think, Jerry?
I'd say it's going to be extremely close, and if you can save about 5 laps, you might be able to make it. If not, if you don't want to save, you better be coming in and, you know, either take 2 or 4. I would take 4 because of how hard it is to get on and off pit row. You're going to need 4 tires trying to get off pit row, keep that thing on the track right. But we got a battle right now. The 17 pulls to the inside of the 12. The 12 looking strong as he's hammered down on that high side as they come off of turn number 4. The 12 of John Wimbish with the momentum is going to lead that time by. John holds on to the lead. The 17 tucks back in behind him.
Yeah, it's hard to make that pass on the bottom. Like you said, that momentum from that high side, man, it usually always prevails. Yes, this is going to be an interesting finish here. See how the strategies and what's going to go on with the fuel mileage here.
It's like Tommy takes another stab at it. Hard to make it happen on the bottom there as he tries to hold that car down.
That's another thing. The guy on the, the bottom is kind of at the mercy of the guy on the top, because, I mean, he can kind of pinch you a little bit and you kind of take some of that side force off your car. You can't really keep it down there. You have to let off the gas.
Yeah, really hard to make a pass here on the bottom considering that. So as a driver, how do you set him up for that pass? What would you do?
I don't know, man. I would try to stay right on this bumper and just kind of do the slide job, getting into one or whatever I could, like Tommy was trying to do earlier. Just kind of slide up to that high line. Because if you stay low, you're not going to complete that pass on exit. I think it's better just to kind of run him down in there kind of hard and try to play chicken with him, see who lets off earlier, earliest.
Let's see, who's the... Let's see, I'll show you the points here. Chris Stump out front, Tommy Haynes in second, John Wimbish. There's your top three. Chris Stump got a nice lead there, so gonna be hard to take this championship away from Chris Stump. But, with it being 1 point per position and not having 43 cars here, I don't even think Chris Stump had to show up here tonight, but he did, which is going to increase his chances to make sure he brings home that trophy. But I'm pretty sure he's got that in the bag. He's got it locked down.
Looks like John's running a little bit different line. He's giving that high side a little bit of room up there. It's like Tommy was thinking about taking it up there.
Tommy gets a nice run there off of turn number 4 as they're going to go door to door down into 1 and 2, but Tommy's still on the bottom.
I think Tommy's going to need to be side by side with him almost all the way down the straightaway and see if he can outdrive him in on that bottom if he's going to make it work.
Yeah, he just can't get it done, man. He just can't get it done down on the bottom. Don't have the momentum that he needs coming off the turn.
Looks like John's kind of switching it up a little bit and kind of painting that white line, or trying to at least, and it's kind of leaving the door open on the outside. Tommy might try to jump up there and, try to take the high line away.
Yeah, I think if John can protect that high side and he don't let Tommy stick that nose in between there to steal that high line away, then John might be able to protect that lead here from Tommy Haynes, because that low line just ain't working out for the 17. Some great racing right here between John Wimbish and Tommy Haynes right now.
Yeah, these guys.
Go ahead.
These guys up here racing, man, they're not even thinking about fuel right now. I mean, you might want to look in the mirror. Some of these guys behind them might be, just taking it easy, letting it breathe a little bit. And might be doing what you got to do to maybe make it to the end.
You know, I thought, you know, when we were talking before this restart, you know, if you're going to save fuel, you're going to have to commit to it immediately and start saving at the beginning of the run. You know, it's hard to save about 5 laps worth of fuel anyways, especially in, you know, 40 laps. So it's definitely a commitment you got to go with immediately, but
yeah, you pretty much got to do that as soon as the jack drops from the pit stop before. I mean,
oh yeah,
like I said, you got to commit to it fully.
Yeah, you commit immediately, man. And the 17 and the 12 right now, they are battling. You can tell these guys aren't saving fuel.
And I think that's might be what Tommy needed here getting into one. If he can outdrive him down here, he could kind of use John up a little bit on that high side. John's got so much more momentum there.
Yeah, or if he could push John up the track just a little bit there. He got him, cleared him, coming off of 2 now. We got a new leader here as they head into 3. John Wimbish decides, I'm coming in.
So he's splitting up this run, so that's interesting there.
Yeah, Tommy Haynes, he's going to have to come in this next time by if he wants to have a shot at this, because John Wimbish juked him on that one.
So John's pretty much forced Tommy's hand there. So, like you said, we're going to see what Tommy does now.
He said, all right, you want the lead here, you can have it. Let's see if he hits this pit stop right without sliding through or any mistakes. And he comes in.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Pretty conservative there getting in. He didn't want to make any mistakes, like you said, sliding in or sliding through.
And he just takes fuel.
Oh, wow. You probably just took a little bit of a splash.
I want to watch him on his exit here around the bottom, because I know that those tires are nice and warm.
And it's going to be very tricky getting off here.
And he does it with no mistakes here. Let's go back up here up front to our race leader, Tommy Haynes. Tommy stays out once again. He chooses not to come down pit road just yet. And he's going to lead his 3rd lap here in this race.
It's like Todd and Kyle, all them guys are coming in pit road also, so could be hurting Tommy by staying out this late, but I don't know. We'll see what these guys do as far as tires go, because that could be a big difference on tires, you know, if these guys take any.
And Kyle Gilbert on pit road, Todd Sargent on pit road, Butch Frazier's on pit road as well. So is Keith Dunn. Kyle Gilbert making his way off pit road. That's going to put Tommy on the spot, man. He's going to have to either come in or start saving, or he's going to have to do something. What do you think? If Tommy comes in, takes 4 tires, you think he's still got a shot at John, considering John only took fuel?
Yeah, that's what I was just wondering, man. If some of these guys that pitted, you know, behind John, like, if they take tires, it might work, man. It's hard to say right now. Like Todd Sargent, I don't know if he took tires or not. I wasn't able to see it, but.
You think John took 2, or I don't think he took any, did he?
No, it didn't look like it. Lucky he got in and out pretty quick. So let's see what happens. Tommy's hitting pit road now. Let's see what he does.
Well, he was in there long enough to take 2 tires, so I don't know why he wouldn't take 2 tires, but you know, it's only 5 seconds difference to get all 4.
Right.
So if Tommy can come in, take all 4, and make up 5 seconds on the track or getting on and off pit road, then, you know, Tommy's going to be out front, I'd say, by quite a bit, considering they got about, what, 23, 24 laps or so left?
Yeah, because, I mean, yeah, he'll make up those 5 seconds really fast with fresh tires.
Absolutely, I totally agree, yeah. So if Tommy, we're watching his pit stop now, and he does. Yep, he's putting 4 fresh ones on that baby, and I do not blame him. So we'll see how it works out, and I know he's definitely going to be able to get on and off pit, or get off of pit row here a little quicker than John was. He'll be able to put that hammer down just a little bit more than John could. Right now, John, he gained 5 seconds on that pit stop, so it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Right now, our race leader right here, the 66 of Chris Berg. He's led 11 laps here tonight at Homestead for the 2018 Voice Attack, the USRL Grand National Series here. Championship race tonight. As you can hear him coasting out front, so he's saving fuel in the 66. Let's pull up this information here as he comes down the straightaway. When he goes down into the turn, watch his RPMs. They go all the way down to about 2,000. So he's definitely coasting through at least the first half of the corner.
Yeah, John just ran a 32.20 and Tommy just ran a 31.58, so that's a big difference in lap times. And I'm not sure Chris is out there saving fuel. I mean, he might have been a guy that committed to it. Not really sure. So he was one of the guys that wasn't really up front on that last restart, and you know, he just, as soon as the jack dropped during that caution, he might have been like, look, I'm going to commit to this strategy, and hell, it might pay off for him. It'll be fun to see here.
Well, Chris Berg, we're riding along with him, and he's out there saving fuel. He's got to do that for about 19 more laps.
He's got a, it's like a 10-second, almost a 10-second lead over second place, so it's possible.
There's your second place right here, the 59 of Bruce Potter. He's about 9 seconds behind Chris Berg. And then we got John Wimbish in third, Kyle Gilbert in fourth. Tommy Haynes rounds out the top 5. So it looks like John Wimbish right now is about 5.5 seconds ahead of Tommy Haynes right now, and closing. Tommy is closing that gap quickly.
Yeah, he is really putting down good laps compared to what John's running, half a second or even more faster each lap. And you start knocking off times like that, it don't take long to make up those 5 seconds. It's going to be very, very interesting here in the next 15, 18 laps and see what happens. Somebody on pit road here. Bruce Potter is at pit road.
Bruce Potter up in the top 5. The 03 all over John Wimbish right now. Keith Dunn, 2 laps.
That helps Chris, man. He's got quite a bit of ways back to John, so he can kind of breathe that thing a little bit more. 16 seconds back to John, so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure John Wimbish took 2 tires there. Just looking at the pit stops times.
Yeah, Chris is, I think he's got the car shut off and he's clutching everything right now.
Butch Frazier, he took 2 tires as well on his pit stop. Right now, he's back in 13th.
From the looks of it, looks like John's knocking off about a second a lap on Chris. So it's going to be close. I don't know if he's going to be able to save. I don't know. We'll see, man. This is getting pretty interesting right now.
Yeah, Chris Berg, when he come down pit row, he took, I don't know, just fuel. He was only about 4-second pit stop for him. But he's been out there for 32 laps. He's got 15 to go. That would put him at 47 lap run. That's an awful long run here, considering they were coming in at 40. That's the longest run I've seen.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge stretch, but I don't know.
So Chris Berg, your race leader, right here, we're riding along with him. He ran a 33.682. John Wimbish in second, he ran a 33.106, so about a half second faster there John is than Chris Berg. Third place, Tommy Haynes, he ran a 32.203, so he's almost a whole second faster than John Wimbish, which would put him a second and a half faster than Chris Berg.
Yeah, man, he's catching John quick.
Yeah, he's definitely got him in his sights right there. He can see him up there.
Yeah, Chris is really letting that thing coast around here. I think he's coasting well past center of the turn.
Tommy Haynes, he's within 9/10 of a second of John Wimbish right now. Tommy Haynes with a 32.532. John Wimbish with a 33.048. So about a half second faster there. And he is coming in quick. He's closed it down to 0.4. Bruce Potter, he scored in 7th right now. He's right behind Tommy Haynes, and that 59 looks strong. He's got 4 tires as well, but he's got a lot fresher tires than Tommy Haynes and John Wimbish, so I'm sure he's going to be closing in pretty quick as Tommy makes a move on John Wimbish. John Wimbish does not fight him because he knows Tommy Haynes closed that gap oh so quickly. As he goes flying by for that number 2 spot.
Now we're just watching wait on Chris here. Riding along with him just a minute ago, and man, he is clutching it all he can.
Oh, he better be. Right now, Tommy Haynes, he's got to run down Chris Berg. Right now he's 9.5 seconds behind Chris Berg. And let's see, Chris Berg is going into 3. Tommy Haynes going into 3 now, so he's quite a ways ahead. He's got 8 laps here when Chris Berg crosses the line. Let's do a lap around here with Chris Berg and see how much is he actually saving. Oh, he's saving an awful lot. Last lap, a 34.6 to Tommy Haynes, 32.7. So about 1.9 second different there. So 2 seconds per lap, and with 7 to go, that means Tommy Haynes will have a shot at catching up to Chris Berg and stealing this win away.
It's coming down to a nail biter here. It's gonna be exciting to finish to see how it plays out here. Chris is trying to get that toe off of Troy there just a little bit.
T. Roy Radford, the 94, 16 laps down. He's only been out there for 9 laps, so he's got quite a bit more fresh tires there than the 66. Plus the 66 saving an awful lot of fuel right now. And Tommy Haynes, he's closed it to 3.7 seconds. So he's got 5 to go here when he crosses the line. This time by Tommy Haynes trying to run him down from 3.5 seconds back. Looks like he might be able to do so. It's gonna be close.
Yeah, he's closing fast, man, and time is running out. Well, we don't know if the 66 is gonna make it on gas. He's been saving.
I wouldn't think he would be able to, but he's been saving an awful lot.
He must think he might have a shot here. I mean, he's definitely going through with it. He might say, what the hell, this might be, you know, my only shot here. You know, I made my bed, I gotta lay in it now, so. He's definitely getting a little help from Troy there, that little bit of tow, and every little bit's gonna count here. Tommy's back there licking his chops. He can see him. And yeah, I think he's gonna run out of time. I think Tommy's gonna get him here. It's gonna be close. Tommy's gonna kind of force his hand. He's gonna have to get back on the gas now.
He's caught him.
Yep. Looks like Tommy's gonna get by him here. It's not what Chris wanted to see, but Tommy's looking to make it 2 in a row here. But if Chris can make it on this whole stretch here, I mean, everybody call that a win, man. That's awesome. It's gonna be impressive. Tommy just took the white flag. He's one more lap around here. Chris has still got power. He should be able to coast from there and finish the race. Tommy's gonna win this thing. There he is.
Checker flag out for the 17. Tommy Haynes pulls it off with a great pit strategy here to get the win for the last race of the season here. And we also got a champion, Chris Stump. It's going to be our champion here for the 2018 Voice Attack Grand National Series for the United Southern Racing League. Tonight's winner, Tommy Haynes. Congratulations to Tommy Haynes. Let's take a look at our race results here. We're going to do driver interviews coming up here in just a second. Everybody stay tuned. He's about to burn them down. Let's take a look at our race results here for tonight's race. Tommy Haynes, John Wimbish, Kyle Gilbert, Chris Berg, Evander Hollyfield, Todd Sargent, Bruce Potter, Stephen Page, Charlie Widner, and Keith Dunn. Round out the top 10. Ray Radford, Butch Frazier, Chris Stump, Dustin Phillips, Troy Radford, Garrett Robinson, Chris Garrett, AJ Rogers, Dustin Ping, JJ Garrett, Trey Hubler, which DNF did not start either. As Tommy Haynes burns it down for his victory here at Homestead. Thanks to everybody that's out there watching. Thanks to all the haters. If you like it, hit the like button. If you don't, hit the thumbs down. And check out the J2 Mayfield hashtag Take It Back. There's a link in the description of this video, man. Let's get Jeremy Mayfield back out on the track. Reinstate him. And thanks to Voice Attack for what they do to help out the United Southern Racing League. Definitely appreciate that. Let's see if we can get a word in with our third place finisher here, Kyle Gilbert. Dustin, you caught up with Kyle.
How you doing there, Kyle? This is Dustin up in the SRTV booth. How you got a copy, man?
I got you.
So, man, it was a tough race out there. It looks like I went about 83 laps under green and kind of had a little bit of strategies there at the end. How was your race and how was the season?
Well, this is my first week back. I ran I think 4 races earlier in the year, starting at Mid-Ohio, and then I had some disagreement with some of the, I guess, an admin, and I quit running, and I came back because Troy Radford, I run in his Tuesday night series, and he recommended I try to come back tonight and run with him. And I did. Barely get back home on time to get a few laps of practice in from church, and got, I think, 4 laps in practice, and then ran my qualifying laps, and I just learned all race where to run the car, and it was a tough race. It was a blast though.
Yeah, we really didn't have a chance to talk to anybody out there tonight because of all the green flag racing. How'd the track feel?
Oh, it was great. It was multiple lines you could run. For a good while there, I was running the top line. I started out running the bottom-ish, and then I saw some of the guys up front running the top, so I moved up there, tried that, and I found a lot of speed. I started catching up to the 7th place when I was running 8th, and that kind of fell off, so I dropped back down to the middle and started catching some more, and just through all the pit stops. I don't know how I didn't lose spots whenever I was pitting, because I slid through my stall twice. Yeah, this has got to be one of my favorite tracks for these cars now.
Yeah, it definitely is an awesome track. One of my personal favorites. So you got anybody out there you want to thank, man?
I'd like to thank Troy for get me to come back tonight. My teammates at Rebellion Racing, then none of them were able to show up tonight, and they had other commitments prior. And then my sponsor, Top Flight Computers. You can go to topflightpc.com and use promo code TFRacer1 and get 5% off your next computer build.
All right, bud. Thank you. Congratulations on your 3rd place finish.
All right, thank you for the broadcast.
All right, that was your 3rd place finisher there, Kyle Gilbert. So we move on to our 2nd place finisher here, the number 12. He led a lot of laps out there tonight. Let's get a talk in with John Wimbish.
You say there, John, this is Dustin up in the SRTV booth. You got a copy, bud?
Yeah, buddy, I got you.
So, man, it's kind of a tough situation there. You came up a little short, but, man, you led a lot of laps here. It's a kind of a grueling 80-something lap run there at the beginning. And you had a caution there and kind of set the tone to see what y'all had to do for the end of the race and try to save or come in and take a little bit of fuel or tires. What'd you do on that last stop?
I took 2 tires thinking that with the way that the run was going to go, somebody was going to try to stay out and, just on fuel there. So 4 tires I thought would put you too far behind to catch them to the end. I didn't think it'd be that close. If I would have thought about it and, really practiced that, I guess I'd have known to put 4 on instead. And I wasn't sure what Tommy was going to do, if he was just going to take 2 or 4. So I went with, what I thought may be a better call at the time, but I mean, come to find out, having 4 tires, that was the thing to do. Tommy come through there real fast and got around Chris Berg and just set sail there. But, I think it was like, 2 to go or something once he caught him. So it was right there at the end. So, all in all, it was a good race. I enjoyed having the J2 Mayfield car up front here in this race, racing with all these guys. It went real well.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting there after I got the green flag on that last run, and looks like Tommy just kind of caught you and got past you, and as soon as he got by you, you ducked down pit road, and we're like, oh wow, and but yeah, it's kind of up in the air about what you should do. It seemed like you made the right call, but didn't work out too well at the end, but it's all good. Got anybody there you'd like to thank?
I thank all the teammates here, Tommy, me, him, and Gerald Wester. We turned a bunch of laps the other night, so that helped out a lot. So I learned a lot, and good thing is I'll take what I learned from this race over to the other league I run in over at Extreme and be able to use that. This is our last race of the chase. This has never been a good track for me. Really, it's been one of my most hated tracks, but figured some things out there with them guys the other night, turned a bunch of laps, and I want to thank all the guys here that run at USRL. We've been through quite the changes this season. I see we got some haters out there in the chat. It's people that are no longer here, people that got their panties in a bunch and decide to go somewhere else, and they want to hide behind a fake name. So we'll just not give them any more time than that. But I want to thank all these guys for being here. League is growing. It's doing great things. We're looking forward to the next season. And I've got a petition up to help Jeremy Mayfield get reinstated by NASCAR. If you don't know his story, you click on the link. It's all over our Facebook, and it's on change.org, and you can find it there, and get him reinstated so he can run at NASCAR events and tracks. It's not about, hey, give the man a cup ride or anything like that, but just let the man compete and be competitive while he still can. One day we're all going to get too old to do anything, and we all know how that deal worked out, and nothing was right about it. So I appreciate them letting me do that, and all the support that we've gained, for Jeremy, and showing him that. And I know they appreciate that a lot, and appreciate everybody doing it. And thank you guys for jumping on board here and filling in with the broadcast. And look forward to having you guys back next season. We start October 7th.
Yeah, man, it's been fun. It's been interesting. Thank you for letting us come do it, man. It's like I said, it's been a lot of fun, and I guess we're gonna see if we can't get up with the man up here, Tommy Haynes, getting it 2 in a row here.
Yeah. If anybody was gonna beat me, I knew it was gonna be him. I let him buy me to go pit on purpose.
Yeah, that's what we were laughing at, because he just cut straight left down pit road, and we were like, man.
Yeah,
we were hyping up like he got by him, and then you turned left. We're like, well, he's probably just let him by a little bit, but we were just picking at him a little bit on the broadcast.
Hope it pay off. But I'm glad to see Tommy get the win here. Chris walks away with the championship at the end of the season. So we've had a great time this season, and we're gonna have an even better one coming up, and all the haters can just keep on hating.
That's right, man. Yeah, congratulations on second place, man, and end of another good season here, and we'll talk at you later, bud.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Oh, John Wimbish, class act right there, man. Good run for him. Congratulations to all the drivers, man, for putting on a great show. But it's time to talk to our race winner here tonight, Tommy Haynes. He figured something out, and he got it done. Don't know what he did. Maybe we can talk to him and find out. Tommy, it's Jay Weezy. You got a copy?
Loud and clear, Jay Weezy. How y'all doing tonight?
Hey, man, you pulled it off. I knew you was going to be strong coming into this race. John gave you a little bit of trouble there early on in the race. Couldn't quite get around him. But I think pit strategy came down to it. Plus, you had a fast car, man. That Autos by Nelson, number 17, Ford Mustang, parked it in victory lane, man. How'd you do it?
Well, I thought there for a few minutes there I was going to be running for second. John got on out there, and then we started doing green flag pit stops. And I got lucky in the caution come out, and I got to get back to his deck lid there. And I knew we was going to be fast. We both was fast all night. I think if I could ever got by him, I could check out on him a little bit. So it all worked out for the best. So.
Oh, yeah, man. And what a race tonight, man. All the drivers, man, they did an excellent job. Had a lot of green flag runs or laps there and a couple of green flag pit stops, man. So you got all of the all of the good stuff there all in one race, man. But you pulled it off tonight. How you feel?
I feel great. That's 2 in a row for me there. You know, ended on a good note, and then start the Cup season. I'll be driving the SRTV ZL1 Chevrolet next year with a nice paint scheme. I hope everybody enjoys it, though. I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. Hey, man, I appreciate that. Hey, congratulations on your win, man. You did a phenomenal job out there tonight. You deserved it. 2 in a row. One heck of a way to finish the season, man. Come back strong here in the next season. See if you can do it again. Get you some wins and maybe take home that trophy, man. Good job tonight.
Yes, sir. I like it. I want to thank all my teammates, Chris, John, Trey, Dale, Butch, and all of them. And I want to congratulate Chris on winning the championship. And y'all do a phenomenal job on your broadcasting. And thanks to John for putting this league on here, and looking forward to next year.
Hey, man, thanks. Always good talking to you, man. Congratulations on the win tonight.
Yeah, thank you, man. Good luck. Y'all have a good week.
Tommy Hayes. All right, let's pull up our champion here. And I'm pretty sure he's probably down there celebrating right now. A little bit of champagne all over him, which he might have already took off and went out, you know. I think he did. I don't see him on the radio.
Oh, well, yeah, he might be on the plane to New York, man. He's got a busy week coming up with this championship, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Tommy won the battle, but he won the war, man.
Yeah, he's down there partying on pit road, man. Hey, and thanks to everybody that's out there watching. Either way, if you liked it, even if you did, we definitely appreciate the support. I know we got a lot of great people out there. And thanks, Dustin, for coming up in the booth. And hey, don't forget about this. The J2 Mayfield, take it back, man. Check out the petition. There's a link in the description of the video if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. Sign that petition, man. Let's get Jeremy Mayfield out there on the track again. Get him reinstated, man. It'd be fun. Who don't like Jeremy Mayfield? He's a class act. And, you know, what happened to him, I really don't agree with. And, you know, I'm a fan of second chances. Either way, I think he got the short end of the stick. So let's get him back out there, man. And thanks to Voice Attack. Check out Voice Attack at voiceattack.com. It's a very, very cool little feature, man, especially if you're wearing VR. You can control all your pit stops and everything without having to push a button. And they made this series what it is this season, man. They sponsored these guys. So the 2018 Voice Attack Grand National Series was an awesome season tonight. And congratulations to this guy right here. I'm sorry. Wrong guy. Chris Stump, the 98 machine. He pulled off the championship here for the USRL Racing League and that Voice Attack Toyota Camry. He had a great season, and he definitely deserves it. He's a great, great driver. Thanks to everybody out there watching. I'm Jay Weezy up in the booth here with Dustin German.
Yo.
Everybody have a good night. Thanks for watching.